Hey folks, good Monday morning. I'm your host BKP. Sorry about the minute delay there. I was trying to get some things. See what I got here. I got a couple text messages. All right. Okay. No, I don't. Thank you. Let's see what else I got. See if I got anything else. I'm trying to get settled in here. Happy Thanksgiving week, folks, and thank you for tuning in this morning to our program. Now, there is our phone number right there. It is right here. Do not hesitate to text me in the middle. Maybe if you text me and you want to be on the show to discuss something, I can get you on the show. Here's how this is going to go, folks. First of all, I'm going to have a Marco Rubio moment. Get it all over my shirt, too. We all remember Marco Rubio. Republican response one night to a State of the Union. I think he took the drink of water and was never forgotten about it. It was never forgotten about. I think I'll get my glasses. There's Ella J, Georgia this morning, 802fyntv.com. Now, here's what we're going to talk about this morning. I don't want to hear impeachment. Now, we will talk about that this week, okay? I've had enough with hearing Adam Schiff. The American people have had enough. That is playing in a circle called the Beltway around Washington, D.C. It's not playing. There are polling data. It's polling data out there that says that the impeachment is not playing across America quite the way they would hope. All right? So we're going to talk about what could happen in Georgia. Now listen to me real close. How Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia, could help turn the state blue. Now I just enraged some of you, but I am going to lay this out, how he could help participate in turning the state blue. We need to figure out how to unify our Republican Party in the state of Georgia, because what may happen over the Senate pick, all right, with Kelly out there, Loeffler, is that her name? We'll get to it. And Doug Collins and the President of the United States and Brian Kemp, we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about the 6th District. Why? Now, I would like to know why. I don't. I'm going to be candid. I don't have. There's a power play. There's a political power play in Georgia that concerns me at this time. Okay, it's around the state. It's state offices, state representatives, state senators, the Senate, okay, with Collins and Kelly, the 6th District, all right. Now, if I could sit outside the 6th District and look in and see what happened where Karen Handel was concerned with John Ossoff, all right, where she lost to Lucy McBath, seemed like Brandon Beach and a couple other candidates were some pretty good candidates in for the 6th District, the Republican primary. But everybody's bailing out, except for Marjorie Greene, okay? Everybody is bailing out of the 6th District. We're going to talk about that in a minute. There's only one candidate opposing Karen Handel. I guess the question I'm going to ask you is, could you text me or tell me in any way whatsoever why everybody has jumped on board with Karen Handel? Why was Brandon Beach not able to get any traction? Purdue, the governor, you name it. They have jumped on board supporting Karen Handel, and I'm a little interested in that. Both senators. All right, so let's move past that. We're going to talk about that. Now, I told you it's Thanksgiving week. I don't want to talk about, we'll talk about impeachment. I got 2 hours a day. We're going to be here, just to let you know, right out of the box. We're not going to be here Thursday and Friday, okay? We are going to enjoy, okay? We are going to enjoy Thursday and Friday, we're going to enjoy the time off. You're going to enjoy it with your family. You're going to eat the turkey, the ham, or whatever you guys have designated to be your Thanksgiving feast. Okay? So we'll talk about that a little later. It's over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house. Everyone's going. So it won't be here Thursday or Friday. Now, I said last week, all right, that you have the new graphic. You know what I'm talking about. This is your chance. See if you know where I'm going. What a great job. So be one of the first 20. And trust me, I started playing with this a week ago, and I think I'm in the single digits now. But now we're going to go out and put it to all the internet world there, the World Wide Web. Merry Christmas, FYN. Just text me, Merry Christmas, FYN, BKP, all right, to 706-889-9700, because I only have 20, and you'll receive a free FYN. That's our new logo. It's our new branding. You see on the bottom of the screen, FYNTV.com, and there is our new branding for the Fetch Your News right there. First 20 to text me at that number will get one. Shipping and handling's covered free, okay? So there's something else I want to talk about. We're going to do this because if you watch, go ahead and leave that up for a minute so people know, but if you watch the media, CNN, I mean, damn it, take a week off, all right? I mean, is your head ready to explode? Are you turning it off if you hear Russia, 2016 election, Ukraine, okay? If you hear impeachment, if you hear the president's quid pro quo, if you hear any of this anymore, are you ready to explode? Because I'll tell you what, I just said this a minute ago, it's not playing in America. And they're begging you to listen. They will not let you. Now, Thursday, all the networks will try to do just little puff stories, okay? You're waking up to and I have it here, we'll do it in a minute. You're waking up to the commander of the Navy, is that what it is, being fired? Folks, just like the Ukrainian scam impeachment, and just like, okay, the 10 people that testified last week and raised their hand and swore to tell the truth, the only thing that came out of that is Donald Trump does not do things methodically as they feel they need to be done. He doesn't do it the normal way, okay? But he didn't break any laws. As President of the United States, the Founding Fathers wanted all of us to challenge things. And the President has challenged the way they do things. And he didn't break the law in any which way. Ambassadors, you name it. State Department, didn't break the law. Now, let me just say this and we'll move on. The Pentagon, and everybody needs to realize, he's the commander-in-chief. Okay? I don't care if you like what he does or not. If every general, every colonel, every commander, it doesn't matter who you are, every single general, yes sir, Mr. President, okay? He is the commander-in-chief, period. If he calls you up and says at the Pentagon, this is what we're going to do, that's what you do, okay? And if you don't want to do it, just resign, period. Commander-in-chief. All right, it's 8:11. We're going to take a brief break to get started because I want to come back and I want to go straight into the Senate bid and I want to explain my layout and my concerns. Now, I still like my governor. Want to be clear for anybody out there that wants to say something. I like Governor Brian Kemp. I have my concerns. And I'm going to tell you before we come back, I know Congressman Doug Collins. All right? I know him. I do not know him as State Senator Doug Collins, but I know him from the day he became candidate for Congress, became congressman up to this day. Is that 7 years later, 7, 8 years, whatever? Very well. And I'm going to tell you why he needs to be picked over this country club Republican that Kemp is entertaining appointing. Let's take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
Better days ahead. Days Chevy in Jasper makes the holidays bright. And during the 2019 model year end clearance sale, the savings are huge. Like over $11,000 off 2019 Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,500 off 2019 Chevy Colorados. 'Tis the season of giving, and we're giving you thousands off every Chevy during the 2019 model year end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
All right, folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. We're going to stay focused on this segment. This segment is about the Senate pick, Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia, and the Senate pick that he has He gets a free pick right there that he has to replace Johnny Isakson, the retiring senator, December 31st. And here we are, 11/25/19, and no indications. So, I already had somebody on Facebook, because I put a lot of posts up, okay? I already had somebody on Facebook say, would you please explain to us how this could result in a Democrat being our next senator? Could you please explain to us? Let me go to the end, and then we'll back up, kind of like that movie Pulp Fiction. Let's go to the end of the movie, okay? I really think some of the moves Governor Brian Kemp could help, okay, the Stacey Abrams gang, I know, easy, reel it in, could help this state, help them with their efforts to turn the state blue. I really, because I'm going to tell you something, once one is elected. The second thing is, I am going to also say this morning that Governor Brian Kemp's actions can also help us send a Democrat to D.C. Now, let's go into the picture archive. Let me just go here and we'll start explaining. And we're going to go a little backwards here. So let's see here. Number 20, Johnny Isakson. So let's go with that first, okay? Now there's Johnny. Johnny is the senator. He is retired. He's of ill health. He's not feeling well, and he's pretty sick, older guy, and he says, hey, December 31st is my last day on the job. So he gave the governor of Georgia a, I don't know, was it 4-month, 5-month? He gave, it wasn't a 2-week notice that I'm out of the job. He gave the governor of Georgia plenty of time. So if Johnny Isakson did anything I agree with as senator, he did give Governor Kemp plenty of time to methodically choose the right candidate and appoint to replace him. Now, Johnny's considered a around Atlanta suburban Republican, okay? They say he is not a conservative, okay? We're not talking about his health. Johnny's not a conservative, not at all right? And he's retiring, and this is the state's opportunity to put a conservative in place. And I can already hear the yelling from some names out there, well, you're calling Doug Collins a conservative. I'm going to explain Congressman Collins to you in a little bit. Now, so Johnny is leaving, and he is a suburban. Now, I don't know, he is a suburban Atlanta appeaser? I don't know. Anyway, so I don't know if he has said something to Brian Kemp, or Brian Kemp, the governor, feels he has to go down the line of Isakson for some balance in Georgia. I don't know. So he's retiring. He's out. Now, that being said, let me flip real quick to 18, Doug Jones. Doug Jones is the current senator. He's the current senator of Alabama. You know what he is? And I got to do this way. Doug Jones is the current senator from Alabama. He's a Democrat, right? What's this got to do with the price of tea in Savannah? Alabama, you and I would have never thought that the citizens of Alabama would elect a Democrat again unless it was in 1960. We just did not think that. There was no way under the sun. Now, whether we liked it or not, we felt Alabama, right? You could put up the worst Republican you could find, Roy Moore, and you couldn't lose Alabama, but they did. What did they lose Alabama in? A jungle election. Jungle election. We'll tell you what that is, okay? That's how they lost it. Now, let's get off of that. Now, we know that he is going to be challenged if he wins the primary. We'll just throw it in here just for good measure, number 19. So now Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions is going to run for his seat again. Doug Jones, took his seat when he was appointed Attorney General. And that won't happen with Johnny Isaacson. He won't be coming back. But the odds are that Alabama can turn back to two Republican senators, not a Democrat. So, and this all happened the same way in Alabama. So let's start here. Okay, here's Congressman Doug Collins. So I don't have all the dates, so everybody relax. Number 12. Now, Congressman Doug Collins filled out his application early on. He played by the rules. So, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm put up on the website, apply here. Send us your resume, write us a letter why you think you would make a great senator, on and on. So not anticipating he had the job. Now here's the one thing I want to say. And it really irks me with the Atlanta media and some of the people's comments that Collins recently said, if not picked, he would consider running anyway. I don't blame the congressman because something doesn't smell right here, okay? Something doesn't pass the smell test in Atlanta. Something doesn't pass the country club meeting that maybe took place. Maybe, all right? Something doesn't pass the political Republican machine that's going on down there at the Capitol and a move for power. Something doesn't pass all the mustard, as they say. Now, Congressman Doug Collins, you can't take the guy, you can't just start, giving him a hard time because he says he might run. Because look, he played by the rules. Right? I mean, the day there were, you have Jan Jones, Martha Zoller, former radio talk show host today, she worked for David Perdue. She worked for Governor Nathan Deal. She worked in Brian Kemp's campaign. All right. She played by the rules. Congressman Collins played by the rules. 500 people applied. Well, the first week the window went open to put your resumes in, a week or two, Congressman had his in. I don't know the exact date, right? He said, you know what? I'm not gonna pretend like I'm different from anybody else. Let's get clarity on this, okay? Because there's a lot of BS that surrounds this. Congressman doesn't say, hey, I'm going to push my friendship with the president. Hey, I'm going to drive home this. Hey, I'm going to drive home that I'm the ranking Republican on the judiciary and I have been the defender of the president of the United States that is polling very high in my district and Georgia. None of that. Respectfully didn't make comments. Respectfully went on shows and said, hey, I respect the decision of the governor of Georgia. Yes, I am interested. That's why I put in the application. I'll go to the interview like anybody. If a business leader gets interviewed on Monday and he calls me in on Tuesday, I'll do it just like anybody else. I will not push that I'm any different. I called his office personally. I tried to get him several times where his office wouldn't push, I'm Doug Collins. It didn't happen. So you got to back off that for anybody that thinks didn't happen. Look at the beginning when the guy submitted his resume and submitted his application just like anybody else in Georgia, right? Now, obviously, behind the scenes, maybe some whispers, hey, can you talk to the governor? That happens. It happens. But publicly, high respect for the office of the governor. So anybody out there saying that Congressman Doug Collins and the President of the United States, is trying to put pressure on Brian Kemp, let's think about when that happened. Focus, bring it into focus. Not when he applied. Why Congressman Collins didn't apply on Monday and the president called on Tuesday unless it's something I don't know. But guess what? Then The window. You remember? The window closed. It was the last day to apply. Now, let me ask you a question. If you've waited all this time, I'll say 4 months, it might be 3, I don't know. But if you wait 3 months or more, and you're told, and you apply in the first 2 weeks, and you're told you get the word out there is the window to apply for Senate for Brian Kemp to consider you, the governor, is this day. And you are a multi-millionaire. I don't know if she's a billionaire. I don't know. And you got a very big job. And you're rolling in the dough. Why do you take a chance of losing that job and submit that resume right at the very end if you don't know something? Now, I don't know that this lady knows anything where this is concerned. I don't know. I don't know if she's tipped off. I don't know if she's known all along she was going to be the pick. I do not know. But it don't add up because she didn't put her, and let's go with number 9, is this Kelly Loughlin, right? She didn't put her resume in like everybody else. Now I say like everybody else meaning early on, okay? Now, she put her resume in, and I'm going to see, I think I have it here. I have so many articles up on this. Georgia Senate, a high-profile executive raises her hand for Isaacson's job. A head of financial services firm who co-owns an Atlanta NBA franchise applied Monday. This was November 19th from Greg Bluestein of the AJC. Applied Monday for Georgia's U.S. Senate job, becoming the highest profile business executive to seek Georgia Brian Kemp's appointment to the seat. Kelly Loeffler seems certain to be a top-tier contender for the position. More than 500 people have submitted resumes ahead of Monday's deadline, okay? So, she's a Republican mega donor to Mitt Romney. Yes. A Republican mega donor to Paul Ryan. She is what we call a country club Republican. Her credentials with and her ties to the WNBA and her team and all the above put her smack dab in the middle of Planned Parenthood and WNBA's support for Planned Parenthood. Okay? In her press release that she put out, or her release or her statement about her application, you won't find pro-life in there. Okay? If she was to go to Washington, D.C. as a senator, the liberal left will attack her so hard, we'll see if she can stick to her guns and make decisions, conservative decisions. So I think what we need to see here, now wait a minute. So country club, elite Republican, all right? Number 12. Not country club, defender of the president. Listen, for those that don't like Doug Collins just grew up in the 9th District at a time in Gainesville where it wasn't as big as it is today, and people call it, you know, a big city over there in Gainesville, but Doug Collins just grew up, son of a Georgia State patrolman in a meager household. I'm not endorsing, but I know him, so I got to say he's a good guy. And I'm not saying Kelly Loughlin's not a very nice lady. So let's look at this. Doug Collins, congressman, of the third most Republican district in the United States of America. Congressman in the ninth district's the third most Republican district. Okay? Now, Governor Brian Kemp, we get a little deeper on this, all right? Governor Brian Kemp, number 11, recently, we'll say recently, received some messages from the President of the United States, maybe even a phone call, and, this is Kemp and Trump butting heads, okay? And I think Mr. President Trump, which ended up down in Macon the weekend before the election, and I do feel very strongly pulled the governor's ass over the finish line. I do. I like my governor, but I believe that. Called and said, Collins has done a good job. Collins is definitely been the leader in trying to knock down Nadler and defend me in the House of Representatives. He is in the top 5 guys. Jim Jordan, you name it, Ratcliffe, Nunes. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I would just like to suggest that you pick Doug for senator. All right, now I don't like to say anybody deserves anything. Got it? But maybe the president's words is, he's worked hard. He's a defender of mine. He is going to look good on the ticket. I mean, when we run, he's going to look good on the ticket. And if I'm going to pull the coat strings, this is not what he said. If you're going to ride my coattails, Republicans in Georgia, because you will, I need Collins on the ticket. I want to see him on the ticket. All right. What's Kemp going to do? Because I must say this, and I'm not saying that President Donald Trump would withhold anything from Georgia, just easy. But if I was on a phone with him and I just listened to the transcript or read the transcript of his conversation with President Zelensky of Ukraine, and they're trying to impeach him, saying he withheld $400 million of military aid to Ukraine, I think what I would do is say, I don't want that dude to withhold anything where Georgia's concerned. All right? Just not saying he would. But, so, we have a decision here. Now go back to Collins. I want to tell you, I read Facebook page messages. Go back to number 12. Leave it up there. Okay. Now let me explain a little bit about the congressman in the 9th District. Third most Republican district in the United States of America. Second, when he ran as a Georgia House senator against several others, he got elected in the 9th District. He won. All right. He had enough of the Republican power in the state of Georgia with money behind him that he was able to run a very strong campaign. I covered it very well. And this is where I got to know the congressman. After he was elected, he went to a cesspool of Washington, D.C. Now, when Congressman Collins was first elected, and I think it's 6 years ago now, would this be his 4th term if he ran? But I'll say 6 years ago. When he was first elected, okay, the first time he came home from Congress, first break, goes up there, gets sworn in, first break. He comes home and he does, I call it the circuit. He goes to different Republican parties, he should, and give reports. So I'll never forget, I went to 2 different Republican parties in the 9th District, first time he came home from Washington, D.C. And I'll never forget his report and him saying, the best thing about it was the smell of Delta jet fuel heading south, getting out of there. He told us early on it was a cesspool. He told us early on it was just his first time up there. he walked into Paul Ryan, he walked into John Boehner, okay, being Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. He knew the only way to get things for the state of Georgia, his district, and get himself in position where he can make a difference. He had to work through some channels. So these are my words. He never told me this. I just watched. So he voted for some omnibus spending bills, and all hell broke loose in the 9th District with a couple groups. And I agreed with him. Okay, I agreed with him. And I called his office many days, and I said, I called his office, I told his field representatives, 2 things I know about your district. 1, they don't like Paul Ryan. And 2, they don't like Mitch McConnell. And they did not like you voting for an omnibus bill. All right? But what Collins knew all along was the winds would shift. And if he would get himself in position to where they kept elevating him to ranking member and hopefully, high-level membership, that eventually he could be the chair of one of these committees and be in position to make the things happen that he always wanted to do. And you're seeing that in the last 2 years. The last, 3 years of this guy's 3 out of 6. I'm not saying he changed, but you've seen where he's gotten in position, and now there seems to be a shift, not Adam, and how he supports the President of the United States. Who's gone? Who's lording over these people? Not Paul Ryan, not John Boehner. Look at how many of those Republicans are gone. And Congressman Collins is there. I'm going to say this. I know I'm going to probably catch hell that I've sit here and endorsed him for senator and endorsed him, period. I'm just telling you what I've watched. You don't have to believe anything. I know it for a fact what I watched. Let me tell you what I watched this guy do. And you know, okay, how many times he's been on this show. And I will ask the questions. And nothing will change about that. Nothing will change of asking this guy the hard questions and put him on the spot and saying, answer this question. But here's what I know. The congressman knows how to move the ball. Now, Republicans, we have a group of Republicans in Georgia that want to throw a Hail Mary pass, get in the end zone, and say touchdown. I'm good with that. But when do you throw those passes for a touchdown? When the game is on the line, right? But as you're playing the game, the goal is to move the ball. And I'm telling you, the guy knows how to move the ball. If you watch this guy's career, from the day he got elected, from a Georgia state senator, from, the son of a Georgia state patrolman in Georgia, all right, that has work ethic. He has work ethic. If you watch that all the way through, he knows how to move the ball. And look at his career now. I hate to call it a career. I can't stand political careers. I'm going to back that up. I can't stand political careers. But look what he's done since he got elected. Now, one more thing, and I'm going to take a break because I want to stay on this for a little longer. And I want to push these segments together. But that being said, now listen, Trump supporters out there, okay, Trump defenders, Republicans alike, the people that don't like this guy, you know who you are. The 9th District of Georgia is the 3rd most Republican district in the United States. What does that mean? It's safe in Republican hands. Now, don't take that wrong. That doesn't mean the congressman could just forget about the 9th District. It means that, A, if he's picked to be the next senator, the 9th District should safely remain in Republican control, so we shouldn't lose the 9th District, number one. Number two, he can win a statewide election, all right? Because this guy is very well known, name recognition, all right? And people know he's been one of the top. You just take 5. Says the President of the United States was sworn in. This guy's in the top 5 list. That from the House of Representatives, from the minority side. The Senate's easy. Don't take this wrong, I like Senator David Perdue, but it's easy for Senator David Perdue to defend the president. They're in the majority over there. With the work, I'll say 5, the work is over in the House and the minority to keep battling and fighting, and this guy has. Number 2, we know we need the House of Representatives back, right? Let me tell you something. We know that. And what do we know? Is all the things that we want President to drain the swamp in a second term could happen if we have a majority in the House of Representatives that will actually have a Speaker of the House that will actually issue subpoenas. This man, I'm not going to say he's not the only one, because there's a lot of them. This man is crisscrossing the country. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't go home and see his family. I don't get into that. I don't have his calendar. But when he gets the opportunity to go home, to be with his family, he flies to Iowa. He flies to Pennsylvania. Check his schedule. It's public. He flies all over. Why? To help Republicans raise money. Why? To help Republicans win districts. He has strategically picked district after district, state after state, where he could help any way he possibly can to get a Republican majority. Fact. The congressman has done as much as anybody on the Republican side to try to crisscross the country and get Republicans back in leadership. Governor Kemp, if he picks Kelly Loefflin, go with number 9, to be the senator, because he thinks he can get suburban Atlanta country club support with this mega millionaire, maybe billionaire, I don't know. If he thinks he could do that, ooh, lordy, lordy, the 9th district. Be careful, Mr. Governor. We'll take a break. We're going to keep this together. We're going to stay right in this line. Take us a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
Better days ahead.
Dave Chevy in Jasper makes the holidays bright. And during the 2019 model year end clearance sale, the savings are huge, like over $11,000 off 2019 Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,500 off 2019 Chevy Colorados. 'Tis the season of giving, and we're giving you thousands off every Chevy during the 2019 model year end clearance at Dave Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Dave Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Okay, let me address this for anyone out there that may text me that says, I want a cup. It does. Going into the holiday season, I'm your host, BKP. Oh, there it is. There it goes. Thank you very much. And going into the holiday season, I'm going to try to wind it down a little bit and not get into those all worked up states that I get in. But there you go. It's the rules. I'm only doing 20, and I'm in single digits, I think, if I count right now. And that's the new graphic, and we're going to blow that up on the internet today. It's going to go out there. Merry Christmas. That's all you got to do is text Merry Christmas FYN. You could throw BKP. You could say FYN and staff. But that's how it has to go, to that number. And you receive the FY. This is our new logo. It really looks great on the cup. And 20, shipping and handling. Okay, I got the shipping and handling. I mean, if you're in an Army base in Germany, you text me, shipping and handling. It's included. So, show them how to get in touch with the show. And we have it here, so there you go, and that's how you do that. All right, let's go back. Okay, let's go back because first of all, Friday, if you've tuned in, happy Thanksgiving week and happy travels. And those of you that sleep in the airport, my niece yesterday, I said, I called my sister because of my mom. I don't want to go into it. Mom's not doing well. I want to leave that alone for right now so I don't get sidetracked. So I called my sister talking about mom. And my niece's first year of college down in Florida. And I said, is she coming home? And my sister said, well, it's a lot cheaper if she travels Thanksgiving morning. And, instead of trying to get here Wednesday, all right, because get here Wednesday if she leaves Thursday and flies. So it's a lot cheaper. And what do I think? First thing I think, it's time that I watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Now, if you have never, Steve Martin and John Candy, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, I laugh out loud. So I was thinking that. So I hope everybody, it's Thanksgiving week. I hope everybody gets home safe this week. You get wherever you're traveling, driving, train, plane, bus. Your flights are not canceled, and you make it home this week. But if you tuned in here, we will talk about it. But if you tuned in here to talk about impeachment and some things like that, it's not playing in America, and I don't want to bore you. And let's have fun this week if we possibly can. So let's go back Friday. Now this is an example for a reason, and we're going to get back. I want to put the other segment in here. Okay, we're going to get back. We're going to stay on the Senate pick in Georgia. So let's go with number one. In just a minute, we're going to talk about this, okay? And I think this is Madison, the University or College of Madison, Wisconsin women's hockey team, NCAA. That's a good-looking hockey team, by the way, okay? This happened Friday. You just don't see this. I said this week, maybe this would be the week I just don't get up and watch CNN. You know, I deserve a couple days off myself. We'll call it that. I won't watch MSNBC and CNN. And I did this morning because this happened Friday, and I watched the Sunday shows, and I should have just took the day off on that. And then this morning I watched CNN at 4 a.m. as usual and MSNBC at 5. So many amazing things happen in our White House, with our president, with Americans across this country, never get reported. We will get to that in a minute. So let's go back to this, all right? So here's this lady, number 9. She slips her resume in at the last minute. Kelly Loefflin, I think that's her name, okay? Involved in the WNBA. She's a financial guru with Bitcoin, and you can read up on her all you want. Her elitist ties to with her financial status go clear up to Planned Parenthood. Stacey Abrams. It's reported she's a Republican mega donor. I'd have to see the full list because her mega donor list goes like Mitt Romney and goes like Paul Ryan. I think Governor Kemp I think you should ask everybody that, if 500 people, I think Governor Kemp should ask one question with all 500 people. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Now, not did you support him early on, okay? That does not upset me. All right, let's go to all right, let's look here, Kelly. We'll get back to you in a minute, all right? But let's go to number 11, all right? It's the president bumping heads with Brian Kemp, the governor. But early on in the campaign, if you did not support Donald Trump, it doesn't upset me. Now, it concerns me if early on in the campaign your candidate was Jeb Bush, but let's go, or John Kasich, but still yet, early on in the campaign, many did not feel he was a serious candidate. The media wondered when he would just quit having fun with it and drop out, okay? We had to see him win a couple primaries to say, whoa, hell, this is the real deal. Now, I didn't have to. I knew from day one. And you know it and I know it. But if you didn't support him early on, I get it. Did you vote for him? Did you vote for Donald? I just want to ask. I want to ask Kelly, did you vote for Donald Trump? Are you a never Trumper? Do you support him? Do you support the governor signing the heartbeat bill? How are you going to support that and have your ties? Are you going to cut your ties to anything that has to do with Stacey Abrams or Planned Parenthood? What will you do, Kelly? We need these answers. So I think that should have been the question all along. Now, getting back to this, okay? Let's pull up 18, number Doug Jones. Well, wait a minute. No. Chill. Don't get jumpy. That's me. So number 9 is Kelly, right? Let's go with her, Kelly Loefflin. And let's say she gets appointed senator. And the country club Republicans, they say, bravo. They get over there. Kelly, this is great, Kelly. You're going to do an awesome job up there. Senator. Oh, it sounds so good with your name. Anyhow, so that being said, so she's picked. All right, good for her. All right. Collins is not. Let me tell you something. There's going to be an election immediately for the seat. Now, because it will not have time to have a Republican primary, right? So let's say she is senator for all of 6 months there, and we start hearing, because this is where some of the media is taking Doug Collins. Let's go to She's already, let's just say she's appointed. Now let's go to Collins, number 7. Where's he at? 12. All right? So Doug Collins is not appointed. Let me tell you something. You see, there's not enough time. Hell. Remember this lady, 14, Karen Handel, pointing at you. You better vote for me. You better vote for me. You remember her and John Ossoff and that menagerie? All right, let's go back to 12, Collins. So what happens now is Kelly could be senator for all 6 months, and next thing you know, she has to run for office. There's not enough time for a Republican primary. There's not enough time for a Democrat primary. So everybody just run. Just, here, boom, starting gate, you're off. So you got an election with, like, the 6th District, Congressman Collins comes out and runs because he's got the name. I think he could beat her. She has to run. So Kemp could really do his job at dividing Republicans in. Oh, this could really be a big divider, all right, from country club Republicans and around the Beltway Republicans and the 9th District and like the 7th State District and 8th State District. It'd just go on and on, okay? That being said, now we got 8 or 9 candidates in there. Top 2 vote getters, unless somebody can pull off. So you get 6, 7 candidates running for Senate. Here's how you come up with Stacey Abrams, Jack. You want to find out how you get a Stacey Abrams for Senate? Oh, my heart. She may hang out for the governors knowing that Kemp is on a suicide mission to split the state. So what happens? 9th District comes out, votes Doug Collins. This lady doesn't get quite the strength. Let's say 14th District over Tom Graves. They come out, vote Doug Collins. All right? Now you got to get 50 plus 1. 50% plus 1 vote in the state of Georgia. So nobody gets it. What if accidentally 2 top Republicans are the vote getters? What if 2 Democrats are the vote getters? Because see, if you don't have 2 Republicans, what if there's 5 Republicans and it gets diluted? There's only 3 Democrats and 2 of the Democrats become the top vote getter. That's how it works, folks. Then the Republicans say, "Ooh, we missed out on that." You got a Democrat senator. Or what if a Republican and a Democrat, okay, are the 2 top vote getters, and then you have districts around the state that are very upset because it'll be a runoff, and you know what it's like to get voters to the runoff, and some people around the state will be very upset with what Brian Kemp did and stay home, hopefully not, and the next thing you know, number 18, a guy like Doug Jones is a senator, a Democrat in Georgia. Now, if all this plays out, it's one hell of a scenario I'm up against here. And I'm not telling you the governor has to pick Doug Collins. Let's say he goes with somebody else. We'll see what he does. But if the state ends up with a country club Republican that will not cut ties to Planned Parenthood and is a moderate, and if the state ends up with a Democrat senator, I sure as hell hope Brian Kemp's ready for 2022, because it'll be a long campaign for Mr. Governor, because he thinks he's shoring up that Atlanta base. That's what he thinks. Yep. And he thinks he's getting, the suburban Atlanta white female voters. Now, the focus groups of Donald Trump, and let me get this and we'll finish, the focus groups around the country about Donald Trump say in suburban, okay, did a focus group Atlanta, a focus group, I forget all the suburban areas they did, the focus group, and paid for it. They don't like what Trump says at the end of the day. They wish he wouldn't tweet this, that, and the other thing. But they're going to vote for him. So the metro Atlanta area, no matter how much, and this goes to the 6th district. We'll talk about Karen Handel in the 6th district right after this. But the metro Atlanta area, they don't hate Trump like the media wants you to believe, like the AJC wants you. They don't. They don't. They don't hate him like that. And then outside of that bubble, that hopefully Governor Brian Kemp, is supposed to be a conservative, is in, Trump's ratings are higher than the day he ran for president in 2016. They're higher in Georgia. Okay? So let me just say this. We don't want a Democrat senator. Number 9, if you want to pick anybody, Mr. Governor, this is not it. This lady is not it. She's not vetted. We don't know enough. And until she actually comes out, it says she supports you, the heartbeat bill, till she supports conservatives in here. And maybe if we actually knew her a little bit in North Georgia, come up here and say hello. All right? And then Congressman Collins, who's given 110% right now. All right? If you don't pick him, you don't. But Congressman Collins given 110%. And if you do that, number 11, Trump won't be happy, Mr. Governor. Are you going to stand up to the president? Good for you. Okay? You're going to bump heads with him? Good for you. Whatever. But I know this much. Stacey Abrams was claiming voter suppression, and when Stacey Abrams was claiming that you 50,000 votes or whatever, okay, that man flew to Macon, got off that plane in front of 33,000, 30+ thousand people, and said you needed to be the next governor of Georgia, and you won. We'll just leave it there. So I hope that the governor will do the right thing. Number 10. One of the headlines out this morning, a country club Republican, conservatives sound the alarm over Kelly Loeffler's potential Senate appointment ties to Planned Parenthood and Stacey Abrams. Okay. That's it for now. We're going to leave this alone. We'll see what the governor does. But don't forget us up here in North Georgia, Mr. Governor. Let's take a break. Those 2 sections I just did, we'll put up this afternoon. Come back and talk about the 6th District of Georgia for a minute, and then move on to some other things. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Better days ahead.
Day Chevy in Jasper makes the holidays bright. And during the 2019 model year in clearance sale, the savings are huge. Like over $11,000 off 2019 Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,500 off 2019 Chevy Colorados. 'Tis the season of giving, and we're giving you thousands off every Chevy during the 2019 model year in clearance at Day Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Day Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey folks, I'm your host BKP. Hold on a minute. I was looking at something. November 21st. I'm your host BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. 2 more cups are gone. I told you I think we were single digits when we started this morning, so let's do it one more time. And please follow the rules. I'm going to try. I'm going to try from here all the way out to Christmas, maybe even New Year's, to like tone it down a little bit, you know? Take us out the rest of the year on a high note. Merry Christmas, FYN. This is our new logo. This is the cup. And I got to say, you know, here's what happened. Graphic expressions. I love these people. If you want ornaments, Christmas ornaments, if you want special things made, this is a place to go. They just made it and gave it to me. We had some Team FYN sweatshirts that are awesome. Our new Team FYN Sports sweatshirts. And they gave me this cup. And it's got our new logo on there, FYN. And I decided 20. Now, I told you, I can't go 40 and 60. I don't have that kind of dough. I don't have that kind of cash laying around. Because I'm going with shipping and handling and everything. 706-889-9700. Okay? Merry Christmas, FYN. That's it. We say Merry Christmas. Boom. You get in the cup. All right. How do people follow us on social media? Email me. Same phone number. Show them that. And let's move right along. Okay. So, the appetite for Thanksgiving turkey is much higher than impeachment. And it's starting to show up in polling data. What will they do? What will they do? Now, let me ask you a question, all right? Now, you start getting festive, and I don't know if you've got to open a bottle of something to start that, but it's fall, okay? Friday will be light up blank. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all around, and it's great. And there's a lot of places where it's snowing, but even where it's not in North Georgia in the mountains, we light up Christmas trees in our town square. We have a tuba. You know, we go up there. I go every year to see the group that plays the tubas in Blue Ridge. We light the big tree in LJ, Dahlonega. I mean, I don't want to leave anybody out. And we start enjoying, and we go up and we look at the kids, right? And the kids are looking at the tree, and everybody's yelling, 5, 4, 3. You got kids. I take pictures of them. I love it, right? The big tree, right? And they decorate the train, whatever, right? Santa's running around like, you know, him and Mrs. Claus all over the place, being sighted in 28 different locations at the same time. You figure it out. Leave me out of it. But we start getting festive this week. We're traveling while the airports are packed. You couldn't get in the grocery stores this weekend or all week long. Something I've really enjoyed going into the grocery store. Let me just say, I can pick it up. I run over after the show, and I run over to Ingles and pick up a couple things. And the other day I was early afternoon, and a friend of mine and her daughter were in Ingles, and they're pushing their buggy. And I know the daughter just got married last year, and I could see the two of them, mom and daughter, walking through there. And I finally got an opportunity to talk to mom, and I said, she's doing her first Thanksgiving, right? And she said, yup. And called me up and said, Mom, can you take your lunch hour and come with me and shop? I mean, you just start feeling all that. Hallmark starts playing, 9,282 Christmas movies, right? So you're watching that. They got different people, but every damn Walmart, shouldn't say that, Hallmark, every Hallmark, festive Christmas music, festive Christmas movies, they end so nice. The guy gets the girl, she gets a diamond, he gets a car, and they adopt a child. So it all happens. I'm going somewhere with this, right? So we're all feeling good. We're nice to each other for a damn change. Let me back that up. Every once in a while, we're nice. We see somebody cringe a little bit, say, how are you? I hope you enjoy your turkey. You look like you've been enjoying it all year. No, you don't say that. You don't say that. You just say, I hope you enjoy your family and friends, right? And then we're going to go right into beating the hell out of each other on Friday night to try to find a toy, right? So Friday night, Thursday night, there are going to be people down at the stores trying to punch everybody in the chops to get a video game. There's only 22 on sale, whatever that may be. So we go right into that festive mood to, beating the hell out of each other at a store to get a doll. I don't know. And then we get in that long rush of, oh my goodness, my Christmas shopping list done. Why did I wait all year long? I did not know Christmas was coming. We go into that. We panic. So we spend all the time panicking to get little Billy and Johnny and Julie and whatever they want. And that is time, and we get the tree. We all go out and we do the Clark Griswold, and we cut the family tree, and we drag it in the house, shoo out the squirrel, throw him out. And it's time for National Lampoon's Christmas, right? And you decorate the tree. And you got the whole weekend, you're pulling the lights out, trying to fix them. And that's a big thing, big family event. Decorate the tree, right? And then try to get your dogs dressed. So you take your Christmas picture, right? And you got to have that family Christmas picture with all your goofy kids and your dogs and everybody wearing the same pair of pajamas, right? Got to have the same damn pair of pajamas. Everybody got the little red pajamas with white snowflakes or whatever, little Santa hats, whatever the hell you're sending out, right? Dogs, kids, grandkids. And then you got to take time to write that annual Christmas letter. Little Billy broke his hand this year, okay? And fell out of a tree. And Julie, she's going to college. And, and who the hell cares, right? You got all this to do, right? Who the hell is paying attention to impeaching the President of the United States? Who told the Democrats this is the perfect timing? This will work. Who's the PR firm that say we could shove impeachment right between turkey, cranberry, giblets, whatever you call it, and Christmas shopping? Really? America? And then what if they hear impeachment? They're going to be, it's that time of the year. Let's pour a little eggnog, spike it, and say, I don't think Donald's that bad. What if he really done wrong? Right? And then we're going to go right out of Christmas, and we're going to be in a stupor. We're going to be laid back, and we're going to say, well, the bills are not going to hit till sometime February, so let's gear up to say Happy New Year. And we all go crazy and have our Happy New Year, and then we watch all those football games, right? And then we argue over the national championship. Next thing you know, it's Super Bowl. All right, let me stop with all of that nonsense. The point is, the appetite is much higher for turkey in a couple days, Christmas shopping, and family. You see, it's not playing out of the Beltway. CNN has tried everything to say, listen to us. Why America will be gone. I mean, if we do not do something with the Green New Deal, right, and impeach the president, why all those little toys you got and all of those travel arrangements you have and all those trips and things to the cabin and fire pits outside and sitting outside with your friends and talking, whatever, it'll all come to an end, screeching halt. I mean, NBC, CBS, ABC, CNN, all of them think they're Paul Revere riding through. But do you understand? They're not getting out of the Beltway. It's like they got a moat around there. And they can't get out of that moat because they can't see Kansas and they can't see Colorado and they can't see Wisconsin. Because you know what? While I'm on this little bitty roll, you do realize, okay, that a recent poll showed the president beating all of the top tier candidates in Wisconsin. They don't know what to do. So whose bright idea was it to slip this in, right? Slip it in at Christmas time, Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want is right after Turkey Day the following week, everybody to go up there and vote on articles of impeachment. That's going to play. And then next, send it over to the Senate for a nice trial while we're waiting for Santa to come down the chimney. Yeah, that's going to play, right? I'm going to tell you something. Republicans, if they will stay focused, can take back the House of Representatives because this has fallen flat. They haven't proved anything. And whether you want to believe it or not, the American people like Donald J. Trump, their president. So impeachment, this is not the place to talk about it. I'm going to take a break, come back, try to do the 6th district like I had planned before I got off the rails. Take a break.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Multitasking here, folks. Boy, why am I struggling this morning? Multitasking here, folks, because we got some big things happening. At the end of the year, we have the Christmas Clash, and I'm telling you, we're going to have a lot of fun. It is Fannin County Park and Rec Invitational Christmas Clash. Last year, there were 64 teams. I don't know how they're setting it up this year, but we're talking about scheduling that. We're going to be doing that between Christmas and New Year's for 3 days. Christmas is Thursday. Wednesday. Right, Wednesday. So we're going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday after Christmas doing that. So we're talking about that. All right. One more time. Cup. Boom. You got to send it to this phone, 706-889-9700. Say Merry Christmas FYN, BKP, FYN and staff, whatever, but it's got to say Merry Christmas FYN on it somewhere. To that number, 706-889-9700. That's the contest rules. There you go, bottom line. All right, free shipping and handling. Now, show them how to get in touch with me. If you don't like what I'm saying, you like what I'm saying, you want to find out more about what I think, there you go. You can email me, you can text me, you can call that number anytime, 24/7. Now, let's go here. All right. I'm looking around the internet. If anybody sees that Governor Kemp has appointed somebody, let me know. Let me start out, number 14. This is the 6th district, okay? And that's Karen Handel. And I want to make sure in the beginning of this, there's nothing that says there's no way I'm going to tell you I dislike Karen Handel. I mean, I do not, I do not dislike Karen Handel. Okay, I think Karen Handel's a good person. Her and her husband, I think is, off the top of my head, I think his name's Steve. They're good people. Okay. She's a career politician. All right. She ran for Senate, ran for governor. She ran for Congress against the child. Remember the child? John Ossoff. She won. Now, the reason I want to talk about this now, because if you tuned in this morning, this is how we ended up. Okay? Now, the reason I want to talk about this, because how we ended up. Now, I'm in fear of the Republican power struggle in Georgia right now. Okay? So here's what happened. Tom Price. He didn't retire. He became HHS secretary, correct? So it left the 6th district of Georgia open. Former district of Johnny Isakson, former district of Newt Gingrich, pretty Republican district, felt pretty good that they could make a move and win this thing, right? So let me tell you what happens. Same thing happens that we talked about with Senate. Johnny Isakson's retiring. It's not vacant for any other reason, but if, and this one, nobody got appointed, okay? But if, No, nobody got appointed. You can't. The governor can't appoint to the House of Representatives. You have to have an immediate election. So, anyhow, she runs in this, what was there, 7 Democrats, 8 Republicans, what was there, 15, 12, whatever candidates. Just like could happen with the Senate. So she runs and she wins. She gets into a runoff. The 2 top vote getters in this big jungle of votes, right, goes to John Ossoff and her. Now her vote, I have the voting. Her vote in the, you have to realize something, and I'm going to bring this stat up. When she ran, interesting that in 2017 jungle primary, there were 3 conservative candidates that totaled 57,000 votes combined versus Karen's 37,000. Okay? That 57,400, let me get this, that 57,400 people didn't vote for Karen and voted against her. Okay? So we know that. She ran against John Ossoff and barely won. We know if you go back now, the 6th District of Georgia, and I'm in fear Georgia could really fumble this thing up from the governor down with the Senate. Because, see, we got to keep the Senate. We don't have, folks, if we accidentally got a Doug Jones, that knocked legs right from out of us in the Senate. What if we accidentally get a Democrat senator by accident, but it happens? We're not sitting on this super majority. Now, let me remind you of something in the Senate. The Senate is a super majority of 60. Okay? The last time there was a super majority was the first term of Barack Hussein Obama with Darlin Arlen Specter of Pennsylvania that flipped from Republican to Democrat. We have a couple of those out there that could possibly be. We have no cushion, you understand? So if Governor Kemp fumbles, we use fumbles, the Senate pick, we could possibly be sitting on a Democrat senator, right? Exactly. Because what did she do? We have to do a couple things. We got to make sure both of our senators are Republican. We got to make sure Donald Trump wins in Georgia. We got to make sure that we flip the 6th and we save the Senate. Rob Woodall, is that the congressman in the 7th district? He won by 500 votes. Count them, damn it. I'm supposed to be calming down. It's holiday season, but he won by 500 votes. The most narrow margin in the United States of America. 500 votes. That was it. So we have to save the 7th, flip the 6th, keep 2 Republican senators, and put Donald Trump back in the White House. Ba-boom, baby. Keep that focus. So, with Karen up there through that little bit, serenity now. So she runs. When she ran in that off-year election, she was we'll call it lukewarm, very lukewarm. Not hot, not cold, just lukewarm. Every once in a while, she would stay around the circle. Do you support the President of the United States? Oh, Lord, she could go around that circle of Trump. She's a never Trumper, okay? She'd go around that circle and, oh, I'm afraid to say something in the 6th district about Trump. I'm afraid to say this. I'm afraid to say that. I like the president, but whatever. You can go back to all of her quotes when she ran against John Ossoff. And then along came Mary. I don't think that's her name. But anyhow, number 16. Lucy Macbeth. Is it Macbeth or McBride? Whatever her name is, okay? It's just Lucy. Lucy's your congressman now in the 6th district. Handed down by Karen Handel. Now, I had an argument. No, not an argument. Someone argued with me. Wasn't an argument, it's different. Argued with me. That We had an argument. No. Someone argued with me very high up that Karen Handel didn't lose the 6th district because of not going down to see Donald Trump, high up in the Republican Party. And I said, I disagree. My opinion is if Karen Handel would have run a pro-Trump campaign and would have went down and stood on that stage with Brian Kemp, okay, and President Trump, she would have won. Now, I get an argument that I don't have the polling data. I've been told by high-up Republicans in the state of Georgia, you don't have the polling data in the 6th district that shows that the white, suburban, educated women that are running away from Donald Trump and this lady, gun control, gun control, gun control, Lucy won. I disagree. But what happened? Karen Handel, 14, handed it back over to Lucy. Lucy is running again for re-election. Now, Karen had, and this is the interesting thing, and this is where we're going to leave this segment. Karen Handel had several opponents. So let's go to number 15. Nicole Rodin. Okay. She dropped out this past weekend. She dropped out. Republican primary. Okay. 6th district. She dropped out. Okay, this guy right here, Brandon Beach, number 17, state senator, District 21, state senator, Brandon Beach, number 17, thought to be the best opponent to Karen Handel in that district, well known in the 6th district. He dropped out. Okay. Number 21, this is an AJC headline in an article, number 21. Georgia's 6th Handel nabs key endorsement as GOP rivals melt away. Okay. So we don't know here at Good Morning from the Office, I do not know exactly why. I got some phone calls. Both of our senators, our governors, representatives, you name it, they're running right in and throwing those big endorsements behind Karen. The minute they did, Brandon Beach said, you know what, that he just was not connecting with the district, so he left. Then Nicole Rodin, I think that's her name, Rodin, she wasn't connecting and she left. But it says as GOP rivals melt away, why don't they put in the headline, only one remains? Now, this is number 13. Number 13 is Marjorie Greene. Now, at this time, Marjorie she's a business owner, okay, construction company. She owns a construction company. I'm pretty sure it's a family business. She committed $500,000 to her campaign, is my understanding. She's still in the race with Karen Handel, all right? You did not read those headlines anywhere that I'm aware of that she has not left the race. I don't know. Maybe if she did, I can't find it in the headlines. So I asked her, I said, I sent her a message that said, are you still running against Karen Handel? She's going to be our guest tomorrow morning at, let me see what time I got. Let me make sure it's correct, okay? Because I don't want to hang tight, chill. She's going to be our guest, Marjorie Greene, candidate, unless she tells me different, candidate for the 6th District of Congress against number 14, okay? So let's go 14, Karen Handel, okay? Now, why she is being crowned the Republican nominee already in the 6th District before qualifying, why everybody is crowning her for that, because we can't figure out if she's pro-Trump or what, And she's not pro-Trump, no matter what she says. I'll invite her on and let her try to convince me. I mean, I do not dislike her. I will let her try to convince me she's pro-Trump. But she is running right now against number 13, Marjorie Greene, which, you know, I think I read something. Nicole Dunnan, she got out because her last campaign finance contribution form that she had to fill out, she only raised like $9,000. Now, if memory serves me right, we'll ask. Marjorie has already committed $500,000 to her campaign. So she's not out. And you probably don't see the AJ. She didn't get the endorsements. And you probably don't see the AJC saying that. The AJC would say something like number 21. GOP handle NAB's key endorsement as GOP sixth handle as GOP rivals melt away. So we'll ask Marjorie Greene tomorrow morning at 8:45 if she is going to be the next candidate to melt away and just, boom, put the nomination in Karen Handel's hands. 8:45 tomorrow. We'll talk more about that. Let's take a break and we'll come back and wrap up the show.
Guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an